Hello all and welcome to the latest Craft Mania Sunday Showcase. Now today I've got a bit of a strange one for you. I know we're all in the middle of celebrating Easter, but today we're going to talk about Christmas. Now I know that's a bit odd, isn't it? But Christmas is coming up, so it's time that we started to think about it. So with that in mind, today I have loads of clear stamps to show you. Now we've managed to get you some really good offers because our company that we buy our stamps from is actually discontinuing this collection. So when they're gone, they're gone. Please don't hesitate. If you do want these, we expect they're going to sell out very early on. So please don't be one of them people who regrets missing out on them. So let's have a little look at the different sets. Now what we've done for you is we've taken two sheets and we've packed them together and we're going to refer to them as set A, B, C, D and E. Now the actual set should retail for £11.98, but because this is a Sunday showcase, for this week only, you can buy a complete set for only £6.99. So you're getting £11.98 worth of value for only £6.99. So as I say, we have got 5 different sets to show you. So we'll start at the beginning and we'll start off with set A. So in set A, what you're going to be getting is this really lovely background stamp, which is perfect for what matches it. We've got these lovely little snowmen in the second sheet of stamps, which layer perfectly on top of our little background. Now, one of the nice bits with this is these pieces at the top of the stamp are actually separate. So if you don't want to have them where they've got them, you can move them about to wherever you wish to or completely leave them off. The choice is yours. Now the snowmen, I am completely in love with these. I really am quite a little fan. I think they're so cute. Now one of the nice bits for these is they give you pieces to lay on top of them or in their hands as such, so they can be carrying an umbrella, carrying a little lamp or a broom, whatever you wish for them to be doing. They've also give you a little hill sort of snowdrift bit, so you can build them up as if they're coming down hills or standing together having a little natter. Whatever you wish, the options are there. You've even got the little decorations, so if you want to put the little coal lumps on their belly, bits like that, you can. You can really play with them and dress them up as much or as little as you want to. Moving on to set B. Now this is a lovely set as well. In this one we have lots of silhouette stamps, which just give you loads of different options, loads of bits you can do with them. In this one, you're also going to get the bunting set of stamps. Now, I know they're referred to as bunting. There's many things you could do with triangles. You could make up some really lovely background patterns or medallion style effects with these as well. And you get a really nice verse in this, which is worth reading out to you. This one says, "Warmest greetings of the season and every good wish for the coming year." Which I thought was really quite sweet, and I really like the font in that one. You'll see that on one of the cards coming up a little later. Moving on to set C. Now this one we get these really nice frames. These aren't joined together, so you can use them separately if you wish to. You've also got a really nice Happy Christmas sentiment in the middle there, again single, so you can pop that on whatever you wish to. We then get this really nice set of sentiments, or verses I should say, and you get quite a lot on this one, so we're going to have a quick read of these because I don't know how well you're going to see them on camera. We're going to start off at the top here where we have a wonderful Christmas. Then we've got blessings to you and yours this Christmas. Moving on to the third one, we've got may your Christmas be filled with joy. Then you have a lovely time with family and friends this Christmas. And then down here we have a Christmas, oh I can't read that one again, sorry, it's Christmas again, enjoy this special time. My upside down reading isn't the best, I'm not going to lie. On the side here we have Merry Christmas from our house to yours, and Merry Christmas and all the best for the new year. Moving on to set D. Now this one's really lovely. You've got a really large medallion here. Many of you might remember the medallion craze of sort of 10 years ago. Well, I think this set of stamps is enough to revive it and bring it back again for 2017. Medallions have got so many different things you can do with them, and they're one of them stamps that you can put as much effort or as little effort into it as you wish to by deciding how many layers you want to use it with. You also get a really nice little border piece down here and have a fabulous Christmas as a little verse to go with it. In set D, you'll also receive this set of stamps, which has got these really lovely stockings all wired onto a bit of holly, We've got some nice little sentiments too, including waiting for Santa, Santa please stop here, and Merry Christmas. And then of course you've got the little bits of treats that you could leave out for Santa to accompany the text. Moving on to set E at the end here, we have this really nice big panel that is full of baubles that are just screaming out to be glittered and decorated. You've also got wishing you a festive Christmas and a little Merry Christmas sentiment at the bottom here. They're quite nice as well because they're quite tiny little fonts. So quite often I find there isn't that much room to add a sentiment, or you don't want it to be too big a focal point. These are actually quite delicate. They're quite tiny. You could fit them in quite nicely. In this set as well, we have one of my favourite stamps, and that's this big bunting one across the top here. It's so intricate, that stamp, and just beautiful. I hope you like that one, but we'll be showing you that on a card shortly. You've also got some baubles that are strung up with some holly, a really lovely stocking, and another little sentiment as well, saying wishing you a very Merry Christmas. So, they are your 5 sets. That was A, B, C, D and E. Once again, they are available for $6.99 a set. They should retail for £11.98, but this week only they're only $6.99. On top of that, we have our essential set of stamps. Now this one we haven't put into a bundle. You can purchase this one completely on its own. You don't have to purchase any of the others to qualify for this one. You can just purchase this one. But we've kept this separate because we felt that this one you're going to want with any of the stamps you purchase. This one's such a lovely set of sentiments that whatever other sets you go for, you're going to need this one too. So I'm just going to have a little read through this one for you. In here we've got Have a Really Great Christmas. There's also May All Your Christmas Dreams Come True, a Merry Christmas, a Season's Greetings, Christmas, the most wonderful time of the year, From Our House to Yours this Christmas, 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we've also got this really nice present as well. Now that one is available for only £3.49, so it's the same value as buying them in the sets, but you can just purchase that one on its own. Again, just refer to that as the essential set. Of course, you can order all of the stamps and bits I'm going to show you on today's video, either on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, or our very fancy new website, which if you haven't come across it yet, it's www.craftmaniacrafts.com. All of the items I show you today are going to be able to be purchased through there, so you can just pop on over, a couple of clicks, and we'll post them direct to you. So if you can't make it in store or you don't live locally, it's a great way to get your hands on this week's showcase. So let's have a little look at a few of the cards I've made, and we'll chat you through how we've done it. So we're going to start off here with card number 1. This is using set A, so I'm just going to bring them over as well so you can have a little look at those. So this time what I've got is the background stamp that I've used on a piece of parchment. This is all one piece of parchment, just a big square of parchment. I've stamped my background stamp about halfway up it using black memento ink, and then I've taken my snowmen stamps and the snowdrifts and the trees and all the different bits and just built up a bit of a scene. Now with parchment, it's always best if you colour it on the reverse. So I've just turned the parchment over using alcohol markers to colour in all the little details like the scarves and hats and the trees, bits like that, even the little star at the top here. If you colour it on the back, I'll be able to show you this a little bit better on an example coming up later, but it'll shine through a lot nicer than if you actually colour it on the top of it. I've also embossed my snowmen. If you haven't used parchment before, if you use an embossing tool, again working from the back, just little circular motions, it will turn the parchment white. So I haven't coloured these at all, I've just embossed the parchment and they'll shine up a little bit whiter. Behind this, to get my snowdrift and then my sky, I've just placed a piece of cream card on that panel there and a piece of blue card on this panel here. I've just put the blue bit running the whole way behind it and the cream bit in front, just so then that way you're going to get that colour shine through and give you a two-tone effect on here. I felt the blue was too dark obviously for the snow portion and the white was too light for the sky portion. So that way you can get that two different colours quite simply. The little verse down the front there, that is the one that comes out of the essential set. So if you do like that, it is available in the essentials. It doesn't come in set A. You do have to purchase that one separately. Moving on, I'll show you card number 2. Now this time I wanted to show you one of the dies that you could have purchased or may have purchased a couple of weeks ago when we had our first Christmas Sunday showcase of the year. On that one we had lots of different dies. Many of them are still in stock and you can purchase them again in store or online. This is one of them. This is our Snowburst frame. It's $15.99. On our showcase, I think I did a Christmas version, but we also did a really nice Oriental one. You can of course go back and watch this video, by the way. All our videos are still accessible through YouTube. So if there's ever a time you want to go back and have a look at any of the products we've shown you from previous ones, then you can always go and have a little look. So all I've done is cut my frame out of white card. I've then just cut another circle to put behind it and pearl card, and I've stamped my background panel onto that and then painted it in with distress inks. I've then used my snowmen, painted them again, same on pearlescent card, but this time I've cut them out and layered them on it just with some foam pads, just to give a bit more depth. Of course, if you're into masking and different stamping techniques, then you could mask your snowmen before stamping your background stamp to give you a different layered effect as well. If you haven't come across masking, have a look back to our previous video when we was working with the stamp press a couple of weeks ago, and you'll get to see how masking works and how easy it is to do. Okay, another die to tempt you with this time. This is an edgeable die, and this is what we have on the base of this card here. An edgeable basically means it will stay on the card. It doesn't have a top blade, so it will just stay on it, and then it's up to you what you do with it. You can of course cut it off, or like this, you can leave it on as an edge. So I've just left mine on as an edge, and it actually makes up my easel part. It's a really nice delicate die. It also comes with another edgeable as well that you can use, and that set again is available online or in store for $15.99. Moving on. Oh, I didn't mention the little verse at the bottom, did I? We can't go missing a verse. Got so many verses today that we can't go missing any of them out. That one is available in set C. So when we get to set C in a minute, you'll see that verse in there. That's one of the ones I read out a little while ago, but it does come in set C. Okay, let's pop these back and we'll move on to set B. So now this is a really lovely set. This is the one with the silhouette stamps. So we're going to start off showing you how I've stamped them in colour. So I've just taken a white piece of card for this one. Really simple card to make. Just stamped them out in green for the trees, brown for the reindeers. I've added a little verse in the middle here, which comes off of the essential set of stamps. And then at the top, I've used the bunting, which comes from the same set B set of stamps. Now, I really like the fact with these that you get the scalloped ones and the pointed triangles. So I've cheated a little. I've stamped the scalloped ones flat on my card to save me cutting them out. And then I've used the flat edge ones and layered them on foam pads to give a bit of depth, but without having to faff about cutting around the scallops. Really easy to do, really nice effect. Painted again with distress inks to give you the colours, and then I've just added a few bits of glitter across the actual flowers and a line of glitter across the top to look like the string holding the bunting together. Moving on to our next card. This time I wanted to show you the actual silhouette stamps, more as a silhouette actually, a sort of a darker version on a night sky. So this time I've just taken white card again, I've distressed it using seedless preserves, scattered straw and chipped sapphire to give me this dark sort of mysterious skyline. All of the stamps have just been done in black memento, dotted about here and there. One of the things I really like with this set is the moon. So many times I've seen this style of card done. We've even done it ourselves in lessons where we've plonked a white circle in there for the moon and left it as is. Really like the fact that this stamp gives you that bit of detail. It makes it look more real. Gives you more of a night sky effect, doesn't it? Even without doing anything else. The tag part popping around the side here again is just white card, and I've just stressed it in scattered straw, cut in my own little V at the side, and I've stamped on this lovely little verse that comes in with this set of stamps. So you don't have to look elsewhere for that one. That is actually in this one with it. Moving on, we'll have a little look at set C. So this time we have that lovely frame, and we've got all them verses. Really think you're going to need these verses for the festive season approaching. There's so much in that one, it's perfect, isn't it? It's just a good base one to have. So we're going to start off by looking at my screen. So I've done a little screen style card Really easy to do. All I did was took an A4 sheet of card. I've divided it into 3 sections, which is roughly about 10 centimetres, and scored it. I've cut a little bit off the bottom. If you compare it to an A4 piece of paper, you can see I've just taken a couple of inches off the bottom. And then to get these little dips in here, because I couldn't really come up with anything else to hand to do it with, I've just taken a distress ink pad, laid it on my card, drawn around it and cut it out. And that's given me that little shape there to create the legs to hold my screen up with. Now, actually on the panels, I've taken the large frame stamp, I've stamped it in Versamark, and I've embossed it using gold embossing powder. I've then painted it in with distress inks. I've used aged mahogany and pine needles just to give a bit more of a dark and muted style than the brights of Christmas that sometimes are. I've then glittered little bits of it around the edges as well, just to give a little bit of festive sparkle. The verse in the middle here, that one comes out of this set. It is available on this set of stamps here, so you do get that one included. The little presents, that is off the Essentials set of stamps. That's this one here, so that is the one that you can buy for just $3.49 if you wish to. And again, I've just painted them and glittered the berries on that one. Moving on to our next card. Now this time I've used a frame, I've put it onto parchment, I've heat embossed it in silver, and I've cut the middle out with a knife. Now I wanted to show you this because this is a good example of what we were saying earlier about colouring parchment from the reverse. Hopefully on camera you can see on the front it's quite muted. If we turn it to the inside you can see it's a bit brighter. So it's not quite as nice as when it actually shines through to the other side. The Happy Christmas on the front is the one that comes included with the frames as well. And the little picture on the inside comes out of our next set of stamps. So with that in mind, let's move on to set D. So in set D, this time we're going to get 2 sheets of stamps. Starting off on this side, we have these really lovely stockings of the holly, which is what I've got on here. All I've done is coloured them in with alcohol pens, just to give you that really nice set of colours. Just a really simple card to make, perfect if you're making them to sell or you've got a batch make hundreds of them. It wasn't at all time consuming, and I love colouring, so it was quite quick and easy to do. Not really good at colouring, but I like colouring. Moving on, we have another card for you. Now this one has the frame that I showed you a couple of moments ago in set C, but in the middle of it we've got them stockings again on the holly branches. And I also wanted to show you this because I've added in a couple of other bits. We have the little mince pies and the glass of water left out for Santa. And at the top here we have the Santa Please Stop Here verse that comes in with that set. I love that. I'd buy this just for that alone. I think that's such a lovely little stamp to get, and not one you'd all easily find very often. I really like that. I also wanted to show you this bit while we're on this set of stamps. Now, after I'd made this card, I come up with doing this. It's an old technique, but one I'd sort of forgot about. So what I've done is I've stamped it onto acetate in Versamark. I've heat embossed it using black embossing powder. And then I've painted on the back of it with PVA glue, just white PVA glue, and sprinkled my glitter over the top of it. When the PVA dries, from the front, all you see is the glitter. And it's a really easy way to save you colouring in all the holes with glue or pens, whatever. You can just paint over the back of it, stick your glitter on, and when it dries, you'll just see it through the front as a sparkle. Really easy to do, but gives you a different level. And it's quite nice as well because you don't get the harshness of the glitter to touch. That's all hidden away on the back. Okay, where does that take us to? Oh, the medallion. How could I forget the medallion? So again, from set D, you've got this really nice medallion stamp, and as I said earlier, one of the best bits about this is it's up to you how much effort you want to put into a medallion. There's so many layers that if you want to, you can really pyramid it up, or you can just keep it relatively flat. This stamp, I ran out of time to be honest, but this stamp would be really nice if you wanted to make baubles for your Christmas tree. You could either just do 2 of them back to back, or of course you could do that as a spinner in a card aperture, or you could do several of them and fold them in half and stick them back to back, sort of concertinaed round, and that would give you a really nice sort of 3D bauble effect. But the detail on here is just screaming out to be highly glittered and really nicely decorated. I've stamped mine on gold Centura card using Versamark, black embossing powder, and then just coloured in with glue pens and glitter. But there's so many options you could do with this. Just that stamp alone could keep you entertained for days, I'm sure. I know I've got many plans for it, and I'm sure you'll see more cards pop up on our Facebook page over the coming weeks, if we've still got them in stock, of cards I've made with it. I also want to show you the die in the background here. If you did manage to get hold of last week's Sunday showcase, this is the large frame that we had on that one, and I've just popped it in the back here, just underneath our actual panel, just as a corner decoration really, just to fill out them spaces. Just cut it in ordinary black cardstock and just popped it down there. The verse on this card comes again from the Essentials set, so if you do like that one, it is available on the Essentials set. Moving on to our next card, our next set of stamps actually. So let's pop D over there and bring over E. Whoop. So on E, this is the one with a really nice bunting, isn't it? So I want to show you this just as it is, because I really like this. And I wanted to show you just how delicate it is, just left alone. On my card, where I've painted it, somehow that detracts a little bit. It looks beautiful, but it's detracted from just how delicate a stamp it is. So I wanted to show you it just stamped out, just so you've got an idea of it. So the card I'm talking about is this one. I've just gone for an 8x8 card. I've diagonally cut the front, and then I've stamped across that diagonal edge, that bunting repeating as it goes up. And then I've just painted it and glittered it just to give you a nice edge to that. On the inside of the card, we have our first bauble, which is this one down here. On this set, you've also got a heart bauble as well. And that stocking I mentioned earlier, I really wish I had had a chance to use that somewhere, but didn't quite get time for that one. But it is a really nice stamp to use as well. Also worth mentioning, we tend to miss the little bits in these stamp sets, but we constantly get asked at Christmas for little holly stamps. This one's got a really nice tiny one tucked away in the middle there. So if that's one of the things you've been looking for, don't overlook it. It's going to be in this set for you. The verse in the middle of this one comes from the set of stamps that you receive in set C. So if you do like the little verse, set C is the one you want for that one. The tree on the front is a die. This is our die for that. It's $14.49. It's one of our premium dies. By that I mean it's Teflon coated. So although it's really intricate, it's actually incredibly easy to get out. Just give it a little tap, and not only will the die cut actually fall out, so will all of the waste of it as well. So it's a really easy one to use. Also comes with a little star on the top. I chose to use a gem for mine because I wanted something a bit more bold, but there is actually a little star die that comes with it as well. Really nice little one to use that. And then moving on to our last card. I don't believe we've arrived here so quickly already. These just fly by, but this time we're going to be looking at the panel off of this one, which is our large bauble set of stamps. So you've got a really nice big panel, several baubles in it. All I've done is stamped it on mirror board, and I've just stamped a Versamark, heat embossed with gold powder, and then I've glittered all of the little details on it to my heart's content, really. I really quite enjoyed doing that. And I quite like the fact that behind the mirror, I don't know how well you're going to, behind the glitter, sorry, is the mirror. I don't know how well that's going to pick up on camera, but it gives it another dimension, another little added extra, little surprise. Across the bottom here we have the Happy Christmas. Don't forget that comes in the frame set, which is in set C. Really like the font of that Happy Christmas. It's a bit modern but yet somehow traditional. Works quite nicely. Down the side here as well, worth mentioning, is the lace. I also didn't tell you about the ribbon on the first card I showed you, did I? The ribbon and the lace have all been added to our new website as well, so they're purchasable on there. This ribbon is a 40mm wide-edged ribbon from our Indian collection, and it's only £1 a metre, so really worth looking at. Our lace, we have a value collection of lace. There's loads of different designs, loads of different whips, again available in both stores or online as well. So then, that completes all of your cards for today. So, as always, you can comment on our YouTube actual video with the items you would like. You can comment on our Facebook page with the items you would like, or you can now text us as well. Texting is really a wonderful little service. I know a lot of you have appreciated it because it's sort of untraceable. Husbands, partners, other halves, children don't know what you're spending and what you're ordering. So of course, if you do wish to be a bit stealthy in what you're doing, you can text us your orders. The text number is 07795031104. But don't panic, that is in the write up to the video as well. So if you didn't catch it, you can get it from there. Whatever form of those you choose to order through, Facebook, YouTube or text, please tell us the items you would like and the store you wish to collect them from, and we will have them held for you for up to 7 days. Don't forget your offers do end at 5 p.m. on Saturday, so don't collect after then because your offer will have ended, so do get in for that. All of the items I've shown you today are available on our fancy new website as well. So if you do wish to order online, if you don't live close to us, or if you just can't make it into town this week, do get online and order them. Now, we do cover all of these with our postage offer as well. By that I mean if you spend over £35 on anything on our website, including the Sunday Showcase, you will receive free P&P. If you spend less than £35, it doesn't matter what you purchase, if your bill total is less than £35, all you will pay is £2.75 postage. Doesn't matter how many items you have, under £35, £2.75 will be posted to you. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you do have any questions about any of the items I've shown you, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you next week when we have a brand new video for you then. Bye for now.